Hi, Tobin and Nora. Grandma and Grandpa love you very much, as you know, and we would love to see you every day. Actually, we can see you every day because your mommy and daddy put videos of you on YouTube, and we get to see those when we miss you. So I decided maybe you would like for Grandma to read some poetry to you, and anytime you want to, you can, and Mommy and Daddy let you, you can get on YouTube and hear these poems. And next week, we're probably going to do some music for you also. These are poems for children, and the music will be children's music also. So we're recording outside. I want you to see some of the flowers we're having right now. These are tiger lilies. They're just kind of getting started. A lot of the other flowers are done for the summer, but these are just getting going. Aren't they just beautiful? I love these things. And since we're outside, you will hear some other noises, like you'll hear birds maybe. You'll hear a dog. I have 3 dogs out here with me. You'll hear a car go by. I don't know, various things. So that's what those other noises are. Now, the poems I want to read to you are some of my very, very favorites. Tobin, you know, and pretty soon Nora will know what an author is. That's somebody who writes something, a story, a book, a poem. And there are also illustrators, and Tobin, I bet you know what an illustrator is too, and so will Nora. That's the person who draws the pictures that goes with the poem, story, or book. Okay, let's get started. Children's poems. I put these together when I was taking a class in college. This is one of the assignments I had to do. You know, like your mom is taking classes now. I did that one time. And these are the poems that I picked for my project. First one is called Brother. Brother gone for a sea bath down Mayaro Bay, swimming till he touch high heaven on a wave. This is from a Coconut Kind of Day Island Poems by Lynn Joseph, illustrated by Sandra Spidell. And I love this picture. I hope you can see it pretty well. I think it's a watercolor, and these are fish. It might be so far away you can't really tell, but the colors are beautiful. I just love this. And what I think I will do is copy this for you and send it to you. And that way, if you want to hear the poetry read, you can get out your copy and you can follow along. And that way you'll see the pictures so much better. This is from that same book by Lynn Joseph, illustrated by the same lady also, Sandra Spidell. Red Wonder. Rows of scarlet ibis race across the sky, chasing the red ball sun into the sea. Oh, and this is by Robert Louis Stevenson. Let's say I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by Robert Louis Stevenson. One of my favorites. I just love Robert Louis Stevenson. And all of these are illustrated by Eric Blegvad, and it is from A Child's Garden of Verse by Mr. Stevenson. I like this one because I don't think a lot of people think cows are beautiful, but I do. I think cows are just beautiful. And this one is especially beautiful. And Mr. Stevenson, I think, thought the same thing. The friendly cow, all red and white, I love with all my heart. She gives me cream with all her might to eat with apple tart. She wanders lowing here and there, and yet she cannot stray, all in the pleasant open air, the pleasant light of day. And blown by all the winds that pass, and wet with all the showers, she walks among the meadow grass and eats the meadow flowers. This one is called The Hayloft. And I love this for several reasons, one of them being that my earliest memory, I don't think I was even 2 years old yet, is of sitting in a hay barn on a stack of hay bales, and the sunshine was coming in, and I could see the dust rising from the hay in the sun streaks. And that I love barns, I love hay. When I smell hay, I go back to that very early memory. The hayloft. Through all the pleasant meadow side the grass grew shoulder high, till the shining scythes went far and wide and cut it down to dry. These green and sweetly smelling drops they led in wagons home, and they piled them here in mountain tops for mountaineers to roam. Here is Mount Clear, Mount Rusty Nail, Mount Eagle, and Mount High. The mice that in these mountains dwell no happier are than I. Oh, what a joy to clamber here, and what a place to play, with the sweet, the din, the dusty air, the happy hills of hay. This one is called Where Go the Boats? And it's one of those that really does make you think. Dark brown is the river, golden is the sand. It flows along forever, with trees on either hand, green leaves a-floating, castles of the foam, boats of mine a-boating. Where will all come home? On goes the river, and out past the mill, away down the valley, away down the hill, away down the river, 100 miles or more. Other little children shall bring my boats ashore. Autumn fires. In the other gardens and all up the vale, from the autumn bonfires, see the smoke trail. Pleasant summer over, and all the summer flowers, the red fire blazes, the gray smoke towers. Sing a song of seasons, something bright in all. Flowers in the summer, fires in the fall. Foreign lands. Up into the cherry tree, who should climb but little me? I held the trunk with both my hands and looked abroad on foreign lands. I saw the next door garden lie adorned with flowers before my eye, and many pleasant places more that I had never seen before. I saw the dimpling river pass, and be the sky's blue looking glass, the dusty roads go up and down, with people tramping into town. If I could find a higher tree, farther and farther I should see, to where the grown-up river slips into the sea among the ships, to where the roads on either hand lead onward into fairyland, where all the children dine at 5 and all the playthings come alive. Okay, that's all the Robert Louis Stevenson ones, I believe. And we're going to move on to one called City. Now this is interesting because it was written by Langston Hughes, and he was born, I believe he was born, in the same town where you and Nora were born, Tobin, in Joplin. There is a street in Joplin named after him, Langston Hughes Boulevard. He is a very, very well-known author. Excuse me. In the morning the city spreads its wings, making a song in stone that sings. In the evening the city goes to bed, hanging lights about its head. And I really love that poem. It just makes a picture in your mind, and that's what poetry is supposed to do. And you've probably heard this one. A diller, a dollar. A diller, a dollar, a 10 o'clock scholar. What makes you come so soon? You used to come at 10 o'clock, and now you come at noon. Now this one is anonymous, and that means we don't know who wrote that one. That's a word that you will run into quite a bit. Anonymous means we don't know who created it. Now this one and a couple of others are from a book named From Daybreak to Good Night, Poems for Children by Carl Sandburg. Another one of my very favorites. And this is illustrated by Lynn Smith Airy. Bug spots. This bug carries spots on his back. Last summer he carried these spots. Now it is spring and he is back here again with a domino design over his wings. All winter he has been in a bedroom, in a hole, in a hammock, hung up, stuck away, stashed while the snow blew over, the wind and the dripping icicles, the tunnels of frost. Now he has errands again in a rotten stump. Daybreak. Daybreak comes first in thin splinters shimmering. Neither is the day here, nor is the night gone. Night is getting ready to go, and day whispers, soon now, soon. And this may be one of Carl Sandburg's best known poems. Very, very short, but it really makes a picture in your mind. Fog. The fog comes on little cat feet. It sits looking over harbor and city on silent haunches, and then moves on. Now these next few are from a book called Poems to Read for the Very Young. These are poems that are selected from different authors, and the lady who selected them is named Josette Frank. The lady who illustrated them is Eloise Wilkin, and you will see many, many, many Eloise Wilkin illustrations. She's very well known. She's a wonderful, wonderful artist. And these two are about colors. Yellow. Green is go and red is stop, and yellow is peaches with cream on top. Earth is brown and blue is sky. Yellow looks well on a butterfly. Clouds are white, black, pink, or mocha. Yellow's a dish of tapioca. And that is written by David McCord. Now this one is anonymous. We don't know who wrote that one. I'm glad. I'm glad the sky is painted blue and the earth is painted green, with such a lot of nice fresh air all sandwiched in between. Now these next two, actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, are from that same book. Fish. Fish have fins and fish have tails. Fish have skins concealed by scales. Fish are seldom found on land. Fish would rather swim than stand. By Jack Prelutsky. Hide and seek. When I am alone and quite alone, I play a game and it's all my own. I hide myself behind myself, and then I try to find myself. I hide in the closet where no one can see, then I start looking around for me. I hide myself and look for myself. There was once a shadow I took for myself. I hide in a corner, I hide in the bed, and when I come near me, I pull in my head. That is by A.B. Schifrin. Near and Far. I love this one. And this is the poem that this picture goes with. Near and far. Little children far away cross the ocean wide, though they do not look like us, are the same inside. Other children everywhere I would like to meet, ones who live across the sea, others down the street. That is by Kate Cox Goddard. Stars. Bright stars, light stars, shining in the night stars, little twinkly, winkly stars, deep in the sky. Yellow stars, red stars, shine when I'm in bed stars. Oh, how many blinky stars, far, far away. And that was written by Rhoda Buckmeister. Good night, little people. The evening is coming, the sun sinks to rest, the rooks are all flying straight home to the nest. Caw, says the rook as he flies overhead, it's time, little people, we're going to bed. The flowers are closing, the daisy's asleep, the primrose is buried in slumber so deep. Shut up for the night is the pimpernel red. It's time for little people to be going to bed. Good night, little people, good night and good night. Sweet dreams to your eyelids till dawning of light. The evening has come and there's no more to be said. It's time, little people, we're going to bed. By Thomas Hood.